What's crackin', brothers and sisters? Chris here from NamasteGaming, and today we're going to be talking about what Guild Wars 2's game director, Colin Johanson, had to say about what we can expect from the game in 2013. Before we do that, though, two things. First, the results of the poll are in. You guys chose a human Mesmer for the playthrough, and I'm really looking forward to working on that series, so thanks to everyone who voted, and I'll start doing zone polls after we clear out a couple of the starting zones and get our weapon skills sorted out in the first few episodes. Second thing, I apparently left you guys hanging for a couple weeks longer than I intended to for the Legend of Grimrock giveaway, so if you'll kindly direct your attention to the screen in front of you, MC Flex, you have won the draw, and since you've already added me on Steam, I'll send a message your way with the key shortly. Back to today's topic. Colin is a wordy fellow, so I'm not going to directly quote him. There's a link in the description to the blog post if you want to read the whole thing, but I'm going to stick to summarizing and giving my thoughts as usual. Let's get to it. First off, they're looking to get us back into the open world. They're going to be doing this by adding more dynamic events, expanding the achievement system, tying them in together, and creating a token-based reward system for achievements. This is an interesting path, and at the very least, it kind of serves to distinguish Guild Wars 2 from the competition. It's tough to judge on the info we've been given, but it seems to me like it'll all come down to the execution. If the rewards are enticing enough and the events are fun and offer something new, this could be exactly what the game needs to repopulate the open world content. If it fails on either of those counts, it'll be a band-aid fix at best. This one goes into the wait and see column. Next up, guild content, specifically guild missions. And that's pretty much all that was said there. So yeah, guild missions are coming. That's cool. No details on this one, but I can't really see it being a bad thing. What I am concerned about, though, is what wasn't said. Currently, this is pretty much the toughest game to run a guild in, mechanically speaking. The guild management tools are just terrible. There's no way to figure out how active players are or when they're active, and the representation system is deeply flawed. This is something that we as a community have been trying to get across to the devs since beta, and I'm honestly losing faith in their willingness to make changes in this area. If I sound particularly heated about this, it's because I am. One of the main reasons I started this channel was to build a community, and Guild Wars 2 was marketed as a game that was all about community, and was a game that I was really excited about for myriad other reasons. Where better to found my new community then, right? The people are awesome, for sure, but the game sure makes getting them to hang out together pretty difficult. There's going to be big changes coming to the guild before this month is up, and it makes me sad that the current state of guild management actually makes for a less social community. Anyway, that's my rant on that. The road to hell is paved with the best of intentions and all that. World v World is next on the docket, and there is some promising news there. Guesting will be going into the game, and once that happens, server transfers will no longer be free, which should mean an end to the whole World v World server swapping issue. Furthermore, they think they may be able to get rid of culling entirely, or at least make it a rare phenomenon. Good enough. Oh, and there's going to be an entirely new progression system, with new abilities, titles, bonuses, and all that good stuff. Wow, I'm honestly kind of blown away by this one. The server transfers moving to paid with guesting were inevitable, so no surprise there. But the end of culling as well as a new progression system? Yeah, buddy. This is great news. As long as they keep on balancing the metagame to prevent it from being predictable and exploitable, Guild Wars 2 might be able to set the bar very high for any other games that try to compete with World v World in the next couple of years. That's a very good thing. The final item on the agenda is structured PvP. On the casual side of things, they're looking at improving rewards, focusing on skill-based matchmaking, and finding a way to better educate new players. On the competitive side, most of what you guys have been asking for is on its way. Ladders, spectator mode, custom servers, and some actual ArenaNet support for creating a competitive scene. Here's the problem though. There is no indicator that there will ever be any game types aside from Conquest, and practically no one wants to watch Conquest. If no one wants to watch Conquest, no advertisers will back tournaments, and competitive gamers will go play games where they can actually make money on the tournament scene. I've seen a lot of chatter that putting in WoW-style arenas would help, but I'm pretty confident that they wouldn't, and here's why. Arenas in WoW are interesting to watch mostly because of three things: the extreme variety in class abilities, the fight-turning power of long cooldown abilities, and the drama and personalities created naturally by having a competitive scene where 75% or more of the top teams have migrated to one battle group. Guild Wars 2 doesn't really have any of that. While the streamlined approach to skills, boons, and conditions is beautiful in its simplicity and is far easier for new players to learn, it also limits the variability in a given fight. There are less ways to control, kill, and live in Guild Wars 2, and even fewer ways to secure that edge of your seat, come from behind victory, and that kind of takes away from the excitement. The fact that there aren't many outspoken and publicly known personalities certainly doesn't help either. I know people who haven't played WoW since Cataclysm, who can still tell me exactly who Neilio, or Rekful, or Talbadar, or Serenia are. I'm not sure exactly what the devs think that Guild Wars 2 currently has to offer as an esport, but in its current state, the numbers don't lie. Take a look at Guild Wars 2 on Twitch TV if you want to see what kind of viewership this game commands. To get me to watch a PvP stream for this game, there would have to be more combat, more holy crap moments, and more reason to care about who's playing. It's a shame because the mobility of the combat in Guild Wars 2 offers far more potential for excitement than any other MMORPG on the market right now, but the devs are going to have to act on this quick before the SPVP scene gets irreversibly labeled as boring. So, closing thoughts. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like the devs are mostly aware of what the player base wants from the game, and despite my guild management woes and brutally honest assessment of the esports potential of the game, I'm really excited for the future of Guild Wars 2. I genuinely believe that the Guild Wars 2 that we're going to be playing 6 months from now is going to be twice as awesome as the one we're playing right now, and it's certainly not off to a bad start. I'm excited to have all of you guys along with me for the journey on my new character that you chose, and I'm looking forward to hearing more from the devs on what the future of this game holds. As always, let me know what you think about all this craziness in the comments, and love y'all. Stay black.